Know that there is a pile of signs over to my left if anyone is interested in picking them up and spreading the word for our message. Our next speaker is Sue Udry. She is the Executive Director of Dissent Foundation, which has been fighting government repression and dissent for over 50 years. Dissent Foundation was targeted by the FBI, which compiled a 132,000-page dossier on the organization and its director, although they never did anything illegal. Sue Udry, everyone.
Hi, everybody.
Hello.
Oh my, you all look so beautiful. You look so innocent. What are you trying to hide? But we all know that the real question is, the real question should be, the real question must be, we're innocent. Why the hell is our government watching us? So, here we are on the 4th of July. Happy 4th. And by that I mean 4th Amendment. We're responsible citizens doing what our founding fathers wanted us to do. They wanted us to be informed. They wanted us to hold our government accountable. So we're doing what we're supposed to be doing, and the government is doing what they are not supposed to be doing. They're watching us. The FBI has gotten permission from a secret court under secret law to scoop up all our metadata. The government is telling us they're not scooping up our GPS signals on our phone. They've said that under oath. I believe them, don't you?
No.
So, but in spite of that, what's really got me bugged is what the FBI is allowed to do, and what we've known for a long time that they've been allowed to do, and what we've known for a long time that they are doing. Without suspecting us of a crime, they are explicitly allowed to monitor our First Amendment activity. They're allowed to interview your neighbors. They're allowed to interview your coworkers without telling them that they're FBI agents. They're allowed to follow us 24 hours a day, who we're talking to, where we're going, what we're doing, and creating dossiers about us in real life. Not just our virtual life is eligible for constant surveillance. They're allowed to dig through our trash. And they're allowed to infiltrate us with either undercover FBI agents or paid informants. And it's the paid informants that really get me. These people are criminals. They're trying to get out of going to jail by spying on us. They infiltrate us, they report back, and we end up in files under categories like terrorist-peace activist. How many terrorist-peace activists do we have in the crowd today? I see Medea, I see Martina. Infiltrate us, they create files on us, but still they're not finding criminal activity. What the hell? So they step up their tactics, and these paid informants and FBI agents and police agents decide they're going to play the role of agent provocateur. We've seen it over and over again, where they instigate and they urge illegal activity to undermine and discredit the movements that are challenging their power. So to me, this rally for the 4th is crucial for the First Amendment. And so right now I just want to give a quick shout out to Thomas Drake, who's here, and other whistleblowers. These people, yeah, give them a hand, yay, Thomas Drake. These are true American heroes. They can tell you that our government, our democracy, will throw you under the bus. They'll put you through hell, not for being a criminal, not for doing anything wrong, not for torturing, not for spying, illegal spying, not for killing civilians. No, they will throw you under the bus. They will persecute you relentlessly for revealing the criminal conduct of our government. So you go ahead and you be a powerful government official, and you torture, and you murder civilians, and you illegally surveil us. That's fine. Just don't speak truth to power. And that's what this is all about.
So I just got a text from the NSA, and they said they couldn't hear us when we said restore the 4th, so I think we should give it another try. After me, restore the 4th!
Restore the 4th!
Restore the fourth! Restore the fourth! Restore the fourth! Restore the fourth! Awesome. Our next speaker is Carla Howell. She is the current president of the Libertarian Party. Prior to her appointment as the executive director for the National Libertarian Party, Carla Howell championed 3 statewide ballot initiatives in Massachusetts between 2002 and 2010. Each initiative won almost 1 million votes. She ran for office 3 times in Massachusetts for U.S. Senate, governor, and state auditor. Carla Howell has been featured as a standalone guest on the Neil Cavuto Show, O'Reilly Factor, Glenn Beck, Fox Business News, and hundreds of TV and radio interviews and debates since 1999. Her campaigns were covered by the NY Times, the LA Times, the Boston Globe, the Economist, the Financial Times, the Wall Street Journal, USA Today, and she and the Libertarian Party have been outspoken advocates for the Fourth Amendment forever. Please welcome Carla.
Happy Independence Day, everybody! Let's all wave to the drones up there. Hi! If you want to be really helpful, write your social security number on a piece of paper and tape it to the top of your head. That will keep us safe. No? Thanks to the brave and patriotic actions of whistleblower Edward Snowden, most Americans now know that their Fourth Amendment right to privacy has been blown out of the water, that the government has routinely spied on millions of Americans. You're being watched, listened to, and tracked just about everywhere. Luckily, there's one place in America where you're not being watched. One very important place where you're free to do as you please without Big Brother eavesdropping on you. Not when you're on private telephone calls. They're being logged and in some cases listened to. Not your emails, not your text messages, not your Skype sessions, not your chat sessions. Those are part of the government's sweeping, unconstitutional surveillance programs. Not your medical records. The government has authorized thousands of people to access your personal medical chart. Not city streets. Cameras on many street corners enable government officials to watch and listen to your private conversations. Not your bank records, not even your home, where authorities can break in with a sneak and peek order from a secret judge. There are not too many places in America where today you can speak or act completely in privacy. But there is one very important place where you are free to act without government monitoring and without any danger that you will be punished for your actions. Where is this important place? The voting booth. The place where every so often you can cast your ballot to decide who will be the next president, U.S. senator, congressmen and women, state legislators, and other state and local officials. In the privacy of the voting booth, you can cast your vote for the politicians who do right and the politicians who do wrong. The voting booth, the place where you can take political action to toss out of office every politician who voted for the Patriot Act, who voted for NDAA, the National Defense Authorization Act, for CISPA, the Cyber Intelligence Sharing and Protection Act, or FISA, the Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Act. The voting booth, where you have the power to shut down the NSA, the National Security Agency, and end the government surveillance of innocent Americans. The voting booth, where you are free to change the world. The treasonous and unpatriotic government spying that brings us here today is not the function of a few officials abusing their power. The problem is not the abuse of power. The problem is the power to abuse. Take away the power and no abuse is possible. We can investigate the abuses of the NSA. We can put a few government officials on trial and maybe even convict some of them. We can call for reform. We can call for transparency. We can call for a kindler, gentler FISA court. But will that change anything in the end? No. As long as the Patriot Act, NDAA, and FISA remain on the books, as long as there are secret courts, and as long as the federal government is spending $75 billion on 18 separate spy agencies, do you really believe they're going to stop spying on innocent Americans? No. How many more years will it be before another whistleblower steps forward to reveal that surveillance programs remain in full force? Passing a law that violates your Fourth Amendment right is in and of itself an abuse. There are no abuses of the NDAA. The NDAA is an abuse. There are no abuses of the Patriot Act. The Patriot Act is an abuse. Voting for the Patriot Act or NDAA is an abuse. Leaving them on the books is an abuse. Every politician who voted for the Patriot Act, NDAA, CISPA, or FISA violated your Fourth Amendment rights, violated his or her oath of office, and created the inevitable consequence of the massive surveillance programs we're seeing today. There's one and only one way to stop this abuse: repeal, dismantle, unplug, and end every law that violates your Fourth Amendment rights. Unconstitutional laws by refusing to vote for any candidates who voted for these laws or who in any way signaled that they would keep them on the books, and by voting for the candidates who expressly promised to wipe them off the books. Repeal. Anytime you vote for a candidate who votes for any one of these laws, you're sanctioning, condoning, and empowering the government